What's up, my guys? We are back in line once again. Miss you guys. It's great to be back. We're missing someone again today. By the name of Jerry Jake Juice Nixon. He's too busy. He said he's too busy for the pod, so just me and Tiggy Nation running it today. But we'll miss him. Always here in spirit. What's up, my guy, Tiggy Nation?
What up, what up? And as you can tell, I am dressed in a hospital gown.
Yeah, what the hell is going on?
So, basically, to summarize it, our softball season is over. So, softball is over. I'm officially on the IL, and I had a little slip slide action in which I've completely bruised my leg. I have a big scab on my shin, but that's not an issue. I literally have an open wound on my hip right now, and it's pretty gross. It is legit just open skin. It's like road rash when you ride a motorcycle or something and you slide. There's just no skin. It's about the size of a softball, and it's extremely painful. Honestly, to sit is uncomfortable. So I've been seeping through my clothes, as gross
Oh
as it
my
could possibly
God.
be. So what I decided to do, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to buy some hospital nightgowns.
Oh,
And I'm just going to let it breathe.
So, okay. So you got those willingly for yourself. You weren't just at the hospital.
No. I wasn't just at the hospital. Is that what you thought? You thought I just got released?
I thought you were went to the hospital or something.
That'd be pretty good, honestly.
I love it though. Honestly, I'm sure that's despite your discomfort of the wounds, I think the hospital gown's probably pretty comfy though.
Oh, it's very freeing. Very freeing. I'm sitting on a towel. So I'm not fully free balling it. But I tell you, there's so much air moving with me, I just feel so good. I'm gonna have to rearrange here. Jesus.
Ugh. Dang, that's I don't hate that. I don't hate that move at all. It's honestly, like you said, you get a nice breeze there going. Mm-hmm. I'm on board. I kind of just want to buy some for myself, and I don't have any injuries. I kind of just want one right now.
They sent me 6, so I can send you some for sure.
Oh, nice. Where'd you get? Amazon?
Amazon. Same day.
Yeah. Amazon's legit.
I should have probably got some. I literally have the back opened. I probably could have paid an extra $1 and got some with the back closed. But and then I could have just hiked it up as I sat down or something, like it's a skirt, maybe. I don't know. So maybe, hopefully, I'm just really hoping this heals, because I literally have to apply a non-stick pad and wrap it up with this Ace bandage every time. And it hurts because I need it to cover, but I also need it to fully cover. So I have to kind of do it tight, and that pressure is pushing in. It's a pain because I need it off to heal. But if I do anything with pants or short, with clothes, I literally have to wrap it up.
Oh, man.
So I'm in a bad spot, but it's all right. We ran a little bit yesterday, and it wasn't that bad. So we're going to try to keep doing that. And I actually took a bath yesterday after the run.
Oh, yeah.
Took a little bath.
I'm sure once the burn went away, that was probably pretty nice.
Yeah, it was nice. I didn't have Epsom salt, so I literally just got Morton's salt, and I did that, a little salt water, and I literally was grabbing salt and just putting it on my wound, to heal it. I was it's someone was taking an open flame to me or something,
Yeah. Putting some leeches on you or something.
Yeah.
Get all the the bacteria out.
Yeah. Basically I was Aegon and just needing some help.
Oh, okay. So you just want to dive right into it.
I don't want to dive, but I'm leaving it open. You know what I mean? Well, I think before we go in there, we do have some things around the world we have to talk about.
Yeah, because once we start HOTD, that's ending the episode.
That's the
and
end.
we
So
know
if you're
that.
if you're not a Hot D fan, you're turning it off. We get it, but
Yeah. No, there are some other crazy things freaking going on. Where do we start? Freaking Donald Trump almost getting assassinated. Is that where you were going? I think so.
We got that. That's a pretty big topic, I would say.
So that was crazy. And you know what? If you watch the videos, the whole thing is just weird.
Mhm.
Like, the thing that just really threw me off was the video. As it's happening, you can clearly see, like, hear the gunshots. Donald Trump is hurt. And the people in the back are just all, like, still standing there, like, watching. That part just throws me off. You know what I mean? Like, you know what angle I'm talking about. I mean, just like you're watching the rally, and then I don't know if the shock factor, like, no one understood what was happening till after the fact, like, but you just watch that video and there's so many people back there that are just like standing there. Like, I would like to think if I'm hearing gunshots, I'm hitting the deck, I'm not just chilling.
Yeah, I think like you said, I don't think a lot of people knew what was happening because it's weird. Like on the video, gunshots don't sound like big gunshots. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's got a different sound. In person, it might be different, but like depending on the gun, I mean, first of all, half of like BB guns and now can like you can pass off as a real gun. How hard the gas shoots and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I bet they honestly didn't know what was happening. Like they saw Trump fall down, and they were kind of like confused. And I mean, obviously Trump knew because he literally got hit. So I don't know. You see a lot of people too claiming it's like propaganda, like not even propaganda, but just like it was staged.
Yeah, see that whole thing to me is like,
where do you stand on that?
No, like you clearly see he gets shot in the frickin' head.
Yeah.
The dude died that got shot. Like, are you kidding me? What lengths are people going to go to stage something? That's definitely not staged. I think that no matter what, and I'm the most like not political guy, like, which I'm not bragging about. But Angie and I are kind of clueless on politics, to be honest with you. So I have no dog in the fight, really. So I'm not just saying it like woo Trump guy, because that's not it. But it's like, that's just crazy to me that people are saying it's staged. Trump clearly gets shot. The shooter dies. I'm pretty sure there's other people in the crowd that were injured and stuff. So it's like, what lengths do people think people are going to try to stage something like this?
Yeah.
How do you feel?
No, same way. I mean, like you said, he literally gets shot in the ear. If he didn't move his head at that precise moment, he gets shot through more of his head and probably dies. He got shot in the chest as well. You know what I mean? So some people were saying that it was glass that cut his ear, that it was from the podium too. I don't know the validity of that. Either way, his ear gets cut. He fully gets shot in the chest, and you can see the bullet hole go through like the vest and stuff like that. Well, not through the vest, but into the vest. And the one guy died. The one guy died while protecting his family, which was awesome and sick. Have you gone back? Have you seen the previous posts of the guy who died?
No.
Who saved his family? There are some like wild tweets, and one I'm gonna paraphrase that it was during the bombings of this is gonna sound so bad. It's like it was the Israel and Palestine conflict that I believe is still ongoing. And I think it was like, what is Israel going to do when Palestine's done, or vice versa? I forget which country. That's truly not important in this quote. But he either I think he replied and said they'll get over it. Japan did.
Whoa,
which is insane to say.
Yeah.
Which that is insane to say. That's not much humility or grace with that one. And I think you can absolutely be like, okay, that was a terrible terrible quote, terrible comment, not using his head. And if everyone who tweets something like that should be arrested or in jail or like never to be talked to again, that's going to be a big population. Said some stupid things on the internet. Everyone says a lot of stupid things on the internet. Some not to that extent, but it's still very sad that this innocent person dies.
For sure.
Yeah. And that's, I feel like everyone always tries to dig up dirt so much, on like when someone passes or when someone does a good deed to like make sure that they're a good person and stuff, and they pull up crazy tweets and stuff like that. And it's like, things can happen. You can do some bad things, but that doesn't, I mean, in his last moments, he protected his family and saved his family and stuff like that. And his family's obviously horrored by this day forever, So I think that's very sad. I think that's incredibly cool. I say incredibly cool in a sense of like, I think every guy, maybe it's just a gender thing, maybe it's not, but I feel like every guy has dreamed of like jumping in front of a bullet to like save someone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Like to like save the girl who you had a crush on. You know what I mean? Like I think everyone has had those dreams to be the ultimate hero and stuff like that. So, much honor to him. And it's terrible what his family's going to have to go through and stuff like that. But it's incredible that he was able to save his family. And I think that should be the highlight, not, bringing up tweets from a couple months ago where he looks bad. I don't know why everyone just tries to drag everyone fucking down.
Dude, that's such a, and not to get too far off topic, but that is such a problem with today. It's like, well, I guess just the media side of things. Like, I like to think there's some good people out there, but no one is given any grace anymore. You know what I mean? It's like someone screwed up once and they're done. They're just going to get dragged on social media, ruin their life, have to delete everything. They got people out that want to kill them, whatever, like, which is crazy. And it's sad it has to be that way. But honestly, I think because of a few things, not even just this, but I think this is just the icing on the cake. If it's like a fair election, I think Trump freaking bodies the election now. I think so.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. Projections are showing that way too. I think the last 4 years haven't been great. You know what I mean? For many people in the country. And I think too, what's killing it is, my boss just doesn't look good on camera right now. He looks horrific. He's saying the wrong things. And we saw today Giuliani fell down at some convention or some meeting and stuff like that. I mean, all these old heads just, it's time. They forced you to retire in a lot of professions. I'm not sure why leading the country is not one of those professions. You know what I mean? And I'm saying a very popular take right now. So I think for the Democrat Party, I think they really needed, after that first debate, they needed to just get him out because CNN was blowing them up. You know what I mean? Like they were kind of like going at their own. So they really needed to try to find a way. And I think when word got out that a lot of these states will not allow another candidate for that party to be on the ballot, I think it's like kind of like, well, we're stuck basically unless the president dies. They're stuck with Joe Biden as their current ballot nominee. So I don't know. I mean, I completely agree with you there. And we'll see come November, right? November. So
somewhere around there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But so we'll see. We'll see. I think I heard there was also someone brought a weapon close to the meeting today. And people were like, the assassination attempts are still on and stuff. And I don't know.
Really?
What I want to see more than anything, I want to see the golf match. I want to see the golf match of Trump and Biden. That's what I want to see more than anything. And I think that's what the world wants to see too.
I agree. for sure. What else is happening? Oh, the freaking home run derby national anthem.
Ooh, yeah.
I gotta tell you, I didn't watch any of the derby. I just looked up the national anthem. That was it.
Yeah.
But that was the worst national anthem I've ever heard. But I'm not gonna dive in. I'm not gonna dive into her bad because one, she's got some good songs, and two, do you see she came out like today? I think it was, and
Yeah.
she was like,
I saw
"Sorry, yeah, sorry, I was drunk. I went straight to rehab after. Sorry, or whatever." So you never really know what someone's going through.
Yeah.
But I will say, for the sake, of just being real, we're allowed to make jokes. That was the worst freaking national anthem I've ever heard.
Yeah. That was bad. You got shots of the players literally like laughing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think kudos to her for coming out and just saying like, listen, I fucked up. I was drunk. If she actually has a problem, and not saying she doesn't, like if she actually has a problem like with addiction or with substance abuse, and goes to rehab, awesome for her. Awesome that like she recognizes that, and no one got hurt. You know what I mean? Like she just fucked up a national anthem, national television. Who cares? Um, if she is kind of just using it as part of her excuse, I don't think she even needed to say it. You know what I mean? So like,
Mm-hmm.
I think she easily could have been like, listen, guys, I was partying. It was the All-Star game. I kind of got out of control. I fucked up. Like, I'm sorry. Never happen again. I don't think they like, again, if she has a problem and is like wants to go to rehab, awesome. I'm not saying she doesn't have a problem if that's what she has. But I'm saying if that was like a PR move, I don't even think she needed that. I think she could have
Yeah.
like just owning up to your mistake publicly is the best PR because no one fucking does that.
Right. Shout out Sketch.
Shout out
Honestly,
Sketch.
shout out Sketch. Did we talk about this?
I don't know if we did. I don't think we
We got
did.
so into HOTD last week. We didn't talk about anything else.
Yeah.
But no, shout out my guy Sketch. Honestly, he owned it. He owned it. And you know what's even funnier? Not funnier. You know what's even more makes it kind of worse? Like he came out like he committed a crime or something. Yeah. Like apologizing like he committed a crime. And it was like, no. Like he just, he had a little gay past, which is completely fine. But he was like, he was like apologizing like he freaking killed someone or something, which breaks my heart for him, you could see he was trying to be in his character, and then he kind of got out of it in his apology video. Like he was just tearing up and stuff and said he was going to kill himself and stuff, which is so sad. But it seems like he's doing all right now. He kind of owned it. Everyone's on it, behind on his side, and so just shout out my guy Sketch. I'm a big. I don't watch streaming or anything. I really just know him because of TikTok. I think he's hilarious. So yeah, just shout out my guy Sketch.
Yeah, I agree. Sketch is awesome. He's a very positive character in gaming, which is very rare to see nowadays. And I mean, like, yeah, he did some things in his past, and a lot of people were jumping on jokes.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people were jumping on the jokes, or like, a lot of hate thrown his way initially. And then shout out FaZe Clan, FaZe Up. I guess he was at the house when it happened, and he left in the middle of the night. And Banks, who's, the founder of FaZe, literally texted him. He's like, hey, where'd you go? He's like, I went to the airport, man. He's like, I didn't know what I could do. And he's like, dude, come back. Like, you're good here, bro. Like, we got you no matter what. Like, and
Mm-hmm.
he was like, I just didn't know what to do. Like, I don't. He's like, do you want me to send you a car? Like, you're welcome here, no matter what, and stuff like that. It was just very, very arms wide open. Sketch was in a dark spot and needed just someone to be on his side. Because I can't imagine the probably embarrassment he was feeling, probably just like how alone he felt, and just for Banks to literally be like, dude, we got you. Like, it's come on back, we got you, man. Like. And they stayed up all night talking and stuff. And he seems in a very much better space.
Yeah.
And, the apology was, I don't even know why apology. He just like owned up to it on the thing. There's a lot of people that have now since doubled back, and a lot of like high figures One of them, like some of them being not the brightest, and I'm going to talk about Antonio Brown, who I have now since muted completely. He was one of the guys who like completely threw shit at Sketch, and then like was like, "Oh, thank you, FaZe Clan, for helping Sketch out and stuff like that." And it's like, dude, you can't like, no.
Yeah.
He did that, and then yesterday he did another joke about Sketch. He's like, "Oh my god, that Sketch is set up," and it had like a sex doll with a big dick hanging like in the picture and stuff. And I was like, "That's it, muted." Like I never want to see anything else again for this guy. I'm so sick to my stomach that like, I don't know, man. Like if you're gonna be an asshole and just jump on people when they're down, that's you. Like when people are at their weakest and their smallest, and you take that moment to throw a jab at him or make it about yourself, to try to gain publicity. It's it. That's it. Like I will never have my opinion changed on him like on people like that ever. So
yeah,
I don't know.
No, yeah, for sure. I think it was nice to see so many people had Sketches back, which was nice, because people are weird about that shit. I mean, it was a weird thing that came up, but it's like, it seemed like a lot of people had his back, which is just really nice to see, shout out to humanity there. Yeah. Obviously there's some bad apples out there always, but it seemed like he had a good crew around him, which was nice.
Yep. Yep. I saw one more thing mentioning soccer. World Cup happens, or no, not the World Cup, the Copa America and the Euro happened. Spain beat England. England stinks. What the fuck's a kilometer? They got absolutely trounced again at their own tournament. So they stink per usual. And then Colombia was playing Argentina for the Copa in Miami, which is going to be a World Cup host. We are hosting the World Cup in 2026. So in 2 years from now, that's going to be a host. Colombia and Argentinian fans, mostly Colombia fans, surged through the gates without buying tickets, surged into the arena and were flooding it. They had to like kick people out, and then eventually they just let anyone in, even if they didn't have a ticket. JT, the cheapest tickets were like $2,000 to go to this game.
Wow.
And they just let people come in for free. And people that paid the big tickets to go down there, they would go to their seat. People would be standing there. They'd get security, and security would be like, "We can't do anything about it."
No way.
Like imagine you spent thousands of dollars to go see Colombia, a very good Colombia team. Luis Diaz, incredible striker, he plays for Liverpool, incredible story with him. And then Lionel fucking Messi in Argentina playing, who just won the World Cup. And you go to your seat and some asshole is taking it, some like lurch of society, and you can't even sit and watch it.
That's messed up. I didn't know about that.
So messed up.
Did they get their money back or anything?
I don't.
They gotta do. I mean, what?
I don't know. They were climbing through the vents into the stadium. Like it was insane, dude. It was like an Always Sunny episode. It was the bizarrest thing. I'll send you all the clips after this, man. Dude, it was fucking ridiculous. And the fact, I guess in the second half, security started kicking people out, but it's like, what are you going to kick out? 10,000 people? Like, I don't know. It was insane. And a lot of people said, like, listen, we've had college football. We have an NFL team there. Nothing like this has ever happened. It's always sellouts. They're like, it's literally South American soccer. South American soccer fans are ridiculous. And I guess that's why they'll never have a World Cup in South America again anymore, because like shit like this happened back in the day. So I don't know if it's just Colombia fans or if it was mainly them. They were also the team fighting Argentinian soccer players in the crowd. Or no, not Argentina, Uruguay soccer players like a couple days before and shit. So I don't know if it's just Colombia. They're making good Colombia fans like myself look bad, and I won't stand for that.
My goodness. Yeah, I didn't see any of that. That sounds like freaking anarchy.
Yeah, it was fucking.
That sounds kind of scary, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Almost as scary as dragons fighting and a mythological
One more thing,
world.
yeah. We'll talk about dragons fighting in a mythological world about Shrek, because Shrek is the same thing. It's got mythological world with dragons. Shrek 5's coming out in like 2 years,
Yeah, I think
2 summers from now. Yeah, so I was telling Angie, oh, there we go. That's going to be our first movie we take our baby to. So I'm just obviously I don't know if that's going to be true.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was a big announcement.
Oh gosh, no announcement. No. If for the listeners who thought that was an announcement, it was not. I just imagine I will have a baby by then.
Congrats on the
and I
future
was saying
sex. Nice.
it would be so cool that Shrek was a movie we grew up with, and then I'm taking my son or daughter to Shrek for their first movie in the theater. I think that's cool. Yeah. No, that's cool. That was it. But yeah, on to HOTD. No announcement there, people. Don't get any weird thoughts.
Don't send JT congrats on any
no,
social media forms. Don't do that.
Yeah, not that. Yeah, not there quite yet. But yeah, HOTD. Let's freaking talk about it. You mentioned Aegon already, so we'll just start with Aegon. Honestly, I feel bad for my guy Aegon. I do. For some reason this season I have really empathized with him. He was just a young, rich kid. Really, he gave your typical rich frat kid, didn't want anything to do with it. He didn't want to be the king. He didn't want to do this, that, or the other. But he's like, all right, I am the king now. And so he's trying to be a king. Yeah, he might suck at being king, but he's trying. And no one lets him. Not his mom, his brother, his own freaking leader of the King's Guard, his own hand won't even let him be king. And it breaks his heart. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to go fight for my people. He goes and fights with his people. His freaking brother tries to kill him, burns him to the ground, and now he's freaking scarred and crippled for life. I mean, what the hell, man?
He's having one bad summer. I'll tell you that, JT.
My goodness.
He's having one bad, hot American summer.
Yeah, so I'm very interested to see what happens, what they do with his character. Like, if he'll be bedridden for, like, probably the rest of the season. There's only a couple episodes left.
Yeah.
But forever, I don't know.
Do you think he comes back by any means? Or do you think he's bedridden, going to pass away, or like what?
I don't think he dies, but like I think his I don't know. See, it's not a spoiler if it's in Game of Thrones. But it doesn't say which brother. I don't know, man. I really don't know. There is also in Game of Thrones, Bran is in his wheelchair, right? And I think Sam or someone asks him, oh, like, where'd you get that? Or what is that? Or whatever. I don't remember what season. But he says some things like, it's just like the one King Aegon used to use. Or something.
No way.
Something like that. So I'm like, okay, he'll probably be paralyzed in a wheelchair. I don't think he actually rules anything, though, ever again. What do you think?
I mean, initially watching the episode, I thought he died, but then after the episode, they don't say he's dead. And like, you see him still moving. When we see deaths, we see full on deaths, there's like in shows like this. So I knew, I guess he'd be living, but if we weren't going to see him again, they would have just killed him. You know what I mean? Like, he has to play some part.
Yeah, right.
Or else they wouldn't bother. So if that's true, that's the only thing. That's cool. That's cool that if that was this Aegon.
Yeah, right. So I don't know, but that is cool.
And I think that's a safe spoiler. There is a scene in Game of Thrones that I've seen a clip of with Joffrey.
Yep.
I remember a few characters, what was named before I turned it off, but I was like, God freaking, it's like, now we're watching the show of those characters. So it's like, we obviously know how the end of this series is going to be. Like, we know the end game of the show, Yeah. Like, everyone's like, this is essentially the end of the Targaryen dynasty here, with the exception of the egg. So I don't know, I think that's a cool spoiler alert with the wheelchair. It's very cool.
Yeah. No, and the same with the Joffrey scene. And that's why I won't say what he says, but
no, don't say it because I don't want to, because that I think is like too spoiler with how that happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like we know everyone's gonna die. We know the dragons are gonna cease to exist, basically. But like, I don't want to know how people die. That's the one
Mhm.
thing, because we know everyone's gonna die, how they're gonna die, and when. That should be off limits. No off limit. That's off limits.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. You're right. I don't want to know everything that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm still in the same boat as I was last week. All the freaking Targaryens suck right now.
Yeah.
Right now, how I feel. Aemon sucks. Daemon, whatever, dude. He's just playing Luigi's Haunted Mansion. Freaking Rhaenyra, dude. She annoys the crap out of me right now. All she does is just sit there and whine. And her and Daemon are what? Oh, they're having a marriage argument right now in the middle of the freaking war, and they're like too stubborn to talk to each other in the middle of a freaking war. So they're all kind of pissing me off still. Again, in this episode, kind of even built this up more. Big fan of Jace. I think he's freaking awesome. Bayla, her whole monologue thing with Corlys, where he's like, "Oh, you can be my heir," and she's like, "No, to be heir of Driftmark, you got to be Salton Sea or whatever. I am fire and blood." I'm like, that is freaking badass.
Great. Not only were they so good in the episode, both those two, but they like it was very good acting. You know what I mean? Like fully believable. Like their acting skills are incredible, and it's. I wouldn't even say it's an improvement because we haven't really seen that, but these guys fucking killed it as well. I think what is it, Rhea?
Rhaena.
Rhaena?
Yeah.
Rhaena?
Mm-hmm.
At where is that? At
The
the Erie?
Vale?
Or the Vale?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Erie.
Vale. No, I
is
think
that the same thing?
is Erie? That might be in maybe that's in Lord of the Rings.
No, the Erie is something though. In
Erie
there.
something?
I feel like it's like the same thing. Anyway.
Yeah.
Go
Wherever
on.
House Aaron is, that thing is sick, dude. I saw a picture that I think it's at the Vale. Lady Jane Eyre at the Vale. That for some reason that
sounds right.
berets from Game of Thrones stick. So the Vale, I don't know what the lady's name is. It's always a lady too. It's never there's no guy ever ruling the Vale when we see
Yeah.
it's always a lady ruling the Vale. Maybe that's why it's so impenetrable. Or maybe they said impregnable, something like that. But the pictures of this place are incredible every single season and every time we see it. And I think it was cool. I did not think we were going to see this actress ever again. I didn't think we were going to see her character again. And now she's almost like, I want to say a prisoner of the Vale, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because she's like, I wanted a full dragon because that's the only thing that can stop that's the only weakness in my defense right now. I need a full dragon now. So that'll be cool that we're actually going to see more. I thought they were just going to dip out or something. So I thought that was cool. Good actress as well. The Lady Aaron, smoke show. Couldn't believe it. I like those gowns. I don't know what material those gowns are. Really like that gown she was wearing. I don't know if that's not velvet. I don't know what that is. But
I don't know.
I wish this gown was that material, that gown.
What is it? Cashmere?
Cashmere.
I don't even know. What was her name? Jane Eyre?
Jane Eyre was in Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, yeah.
But it was like something very similar. It was like Jay Eyre, like Jaye or something.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I like Rhaena. I like both of them. I like both of Velaryon. Or wait, they're
Daemon's
they're Target. Well, yeah, they're technically so they're Targaryens. Mm-hmm. I was just trying to think of their name, but yeah, I like them. I'm back to what I've been saying. I mean, those Bayla and Rhaena aren't bastards, but I'm like, this is the show of the bastards. All the bastards are the best ones. They are. Jace is good. They're introducing all these new characters that are all going to end up being Targaryen or Velaryon bastards. Corlys's bastards. This new guy that's trying to escape with his sick daughter and wife. I know He's gonna be a Targaryen bastard.
Mhm.
You already know it. Look at his freaking hair.
Yeah. I don't think he was wearing it down when he was at the Iron Throne, was he? Like when he was in there
No, see,
saying,
like, yeah, it wasn't all out in the open like that. Like he was hiding it or something.
Mhm.
You
Yeah,
know?
his name is Hugh. His name is Hugh. Now, I don't know if that guy is the same guy that was proclaiming to be a Targaryen.
No, but I'm thinking they're gonna end up being like brothers or something.
Yeah. Maybe because he can't get out of the city, they're going to meet, they're going to bump into each other maybe. Maybe that's what we'll
Yeah.
see.
Oh yeah, and then what's happening with Rhaenyra sent her one maid to King's
Yeah.
Landing. What's going on there? She's trying to get someone out or something because they're trying. Technically, how it ended was Rhaenyra and Jace. They're trying to like legit recruit people for their team.
Yeah. Well, we see Rhaenyra, who you're mad at that she's not going anywhere, but like she's
Yeah.
the queen. Like if she dies, like it's
No,
over.
no, no. It's not. I'm honestly, I'm for that. Like, I'm good with her staying at Dragonstone. It's more so like she's just like whining about everything. She's whining about Damon. Her whole court is trying to be like, hey, Queen, we gotta go. We gotta get on the offensive right now. Like, we gotta fight. We gotta get an army together. Like, and she's all like, oh no, no. My dad had peace for 80 years or whatever. I got it, dude. It's like, dude, we're way past it. We're way past that. I get it, but it's like, so that's why she's getting on my nerves. But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, go. Let's go back to.
Well, I think we're seeing restraint here because like she did just lose her number one person with Rhaenys. You know, we lost her. We lost the best dragon on our side right now. Um, and she was the one convincing her of peace because it's like, listen, we've seen like internally the dragon riders know what dragons can do. And they're about the only ones. Like Sir Kristen Cole is like, we can use the dragon. Then he sees the dragon and
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah,
it's almost scarred him, you know? So I think Rhaenyra is still set somehow on peace. And she's watching it all fall around because listen, all she's known is peace. Her dad never taught her any sort of time of war. You know what I mean? She's read
yeah,
history books. She knows all the houses. And that should be her strategy. And that I think is what we're going to kind of see is her being able to like politic her way to find more houses to back her and stuff. And maybe to find a way through history, like maybe looking up some like old battle plans in order to win this war. That's what I'm guessing at. The Massaria thing, she was like, "There's more than one way to fight a war," you know, in her weird accent. I don't know what accent that is. It's so bizarre. But it's kind of funny whenever she talks a little bit. But
yeah.
so they send in someone there, and I think the goal is to ral up Flea Bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Because we see at the very start, Kristen Cole's marching Maylee's head
Yeah,
through,
what? Yeah, dude. They
and the
thought they did
townspeople hate
something
it.
there. Yeah,
Yeah, the townspeople hate it. So you know, and even Aegon's standing above there, and he's like, even he doesn't know why Cole did this. You know, Gwen doesn't know why he did this. The
yeah,
people are turning, and you can even see if you watch subtitles. It's like, oh, Rhaenyra's gonna pay. Like Rhaenyra's gonna, whatever. She's gonna retaliate for this. You know what I mean? Like they actively know there's gonna be consequences for stuff like this, and and this is the first time they've ever seen a dead dragon as well, because
yeah,
that keeps getting mentioned. Peace, 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 peace. Someone's like, we thought dragons were gods.
yeah. Right, right.
And then Hugh's got the line that's like, oh, it's just meat.
Yeah,
And this is the same guy who, you know, they can't even feed their family. It looks like they like the food that the people of Flea Bottom are getting are so little. And I think we're going to try to see the Flea Bottom people rise up against the throne right now because they're not getting taken care of. And that even gets mentioned in the small council meeting. I don't know who does it. Does Aemon mention it? Aemon doesn't mention it, but someone else mentions it. And Aemon's like, I agree. Also, that scene when Aemon takes the like basically the throne from Alicent, and then Alicent's just like sitting there as the heartbeat and stuff.
Yeah. And I thought that was such a that scene itself was like very cinematic masterpiece, where it's like it's just zoomed in on Allison's face and she's just like in a daze, and like you said, it's like the heartbeat and you can faintly hear the conversations around it. Like I just thought that was a really good scene. Yeah. But I think that was a really good scene too, because it really shows, it really like symbolized Alicent, like was like, hey, in her mind, damn, like this is just what we did to Rhaenyra just because she's a woman. Yep. So Alicent kind of felt that, and she's like, oh shit, like this is kind of bullshit, you know? Yeah, and Alicent, yeah, she's done realized that they made a big mistake and just not letting Rhaenyra be the queen, I think.
Yeah. That was also probably the last chance for peace, because Alicent was like, I realized my fuck up. Like, I don't have a hand to play a couple episodes ago when they meet. Now, that was their chance to finally get a little power back and possibly end this thing. You know what I mean? Before it gets too bad, before any more sons are murdered and stuff like that. So that was kind of the last chance, because now Daemon's in charge, and we see how Daemon ships, or I just said Daemon. Aemond is running the ship, and we know how his ship's going to run.
Yeah. No, and he was ready. He was like, all right, yeah, I'm taking it. And I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen with him as the king, technically, now. Yeah, we got to get Daemon out of the whole freaking Haunted Mansion shit. Getting tired of that storyline. We need something to go on there. You know what I mean?
I think everyone is, and apparently this Alice character is a good character in the books. I mean, I don't know if it wasn't meant for TV or if, like, honestly, I think the viewers don't care about sci-fi with the exception of the dragons. You know what I mean? Like, we do not need any sci-fi. We don't need any magic in this show. You know, we just want to see the medieval shit. We want to see the politics. We want to see the blood, and that's it. We're so sick of like the Daemon waking up, doing nothing. He's in a trance. He's also having sex with his mother, who he's never met.
Yeah, what was that about?
I mean, that was what. I mean, I didn't know who it was. I thought it was like a different version of Rhaenyra, in a sense of like he doesn't even remember what she looks like anymore. You know.
So I was thinking immediately that it was of Viserys's wife, like a younger version of. Yeah. I thought, oh shit. So Daemon slept with Viserys's wife. That's what's happening. Like I thought that was them, like telling us like Daemon had Viserys' wife had an affair with Daemon. I was like, oh my gosh, what the hell? And then she was like, my child or whatever. I was like, oh my God, my favorite son or something, she said.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, this is freaking weird.
Could you imagine if what you thought was true and somehow Rhaenyra is Daemon's child?
Daughter. Oh my gosh.
Holy shit. I mean,
and then like I wonder, like I feel like it all has to have meaning, like the haunted shit. Like the one from the episode before, where it's Aemond walking away and he turns around and it's Daemon looking back at Daemon with an eye patch. And you're like, what is that? Like, yes, they're very similar characters. Like they're very similar people. Aemond obviously takes after his uncle. But it's like, was that some kind of symbolism saying like somehow Aemond is Daemon's son or something? You know? I don't know. But yeah, I'm kind of tired of the Haunted Mansion.
You're not alone. I love Sir Simon though. Sir Simon, incredible character.
Yeah, for sure. I like him a lot too. Yeah, I don't know where it's going, which I'm excited about. See, this is like last episode, I'm like, oh my gosh, I just want more action, right? But then I take a step back and I'm like, listen, how many times have I watched a show, let's say Game of Thrones season 8, where I'm like, this is rushed. It's too rushed. This show is not rushed, which is great. They're taking their time to really unveil what's happening, giving some solid backstory, you know. So I'm like, I'm just along for the ride, you know.
Yeah, I think it's cool. Further on the episode, we see Hugh with his family, and they're trying to get out of Flea Bottom. They lock up Flea Bottom. Aemon is actually ruling with an iron fist. Like in a time of war, this is what you have to do. Like Aemon technically is doing what Aegon should have been doing at this time. You know what I mean? Aegon was trying to be too for the people, and
Yeah.
Aemon has taken upon himself where he's like, listen, cut down. I love the cut down the fucking rat catchers. I love
Yeah.
that. Because he's like, this is turning people against us. But then at the same time, you have to lock them up because if they get out, all your people are gone. Who are you defending? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like no one's gonna care about the throne. So we see that. And then what happens? We see Bela, Driftmark. I didn't know what that box was going to be to Corliss. I had no idea. I had no idea what that was.
Oh, okay. Really?
Yeah. Until he opens it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Had no idea. He was like, give this to your father or your grandsire. She goes and gives it to him. Like, what the fuck is she get? I had no idea. Did you?
Yeah. Yeah. That was immediately what I expected.
Damn.
I don't know why though. Like, I don't know. Well, because he's powerful. Like, he's a good guy. I feel like a good ally to have. But like, I thought it was. It just was like all out, like out of the blue, where she's like, "Oh, Corliss is going to be the hand of the queen now." You know?
I think if Rhaenys had survived, I think she was heading to be the hand.
Yeah.
But now it's like next best thing. Her husband, who is a good and honorable guy, a big name, he controls the sea. Like it's a power move as well. I think there is good intentions, but at the same time, Rhaenyra is playing the game, and I think Rhaenyra is probably going to end up. I think she has the power and probably is going to end up playing the politics game better than like Alicent and Otto. Now that they're not really in power, you know.
Well, yeah. So I mean, where's Otto? Where's he go? Where does he? What is he gonna roll up to frickin' Dragonstone?
Yeah, that's what you and Jake were kind of talking about last week. Is are we going to see Otto switch sides? And I think that's very well. But I don't think he's going to switch sides unless Alicent does.
Mm-hmm.
And will Alicent betray her children?
Oh man, yeah. See, I don't think that happens. Even if she wanted to, I don't think she ever leaves King's Landing.
Yeah, I don't know. That could be interesting. If like they betray, but they're like, "Don't hurt my children," but like we want to give you the throne. You know, I don't know if that could possibly happen. Yeah. So what else do we have? We got Bela and Jace.
I think we're gonna get some more dragons here soon.
Yes. Yes,
like
I love
from the. Yeah. Go ahead.
Nope, you go.
No, I was just gonna say I can't remember if this was in the preview for next week or the end of the episode, where they go to the dragon pit.
Oh shit, that must have been the preview.
Yeah, so it doesn't. That's it. Like I don't have anything else to give away. But like I know they're trying to recruit more team members, but also more dragons.
Yeah. Which
you hear from the lore and the books and stuff that there are some dragons out there still to be claimed, like the Vermithor, which they showed in season 1 for like a second. Yeah. He's still down there in the dragon pit, I think. And then they talk about this one. It's called like Sheep Stealer or something.
Yeah, I didn't, or Silver something, or I don't know what they said.
There's 2, yeah, like Silver Wing,
yeah,
or something, and then Sheep Stealer or something.
Yeah, they mentioned
that are just kind of out somewhere.
Yeah, they mentioned 2 at the end of the episode. This episode, they mentioned Vermithor and either Silver or the sheep one, some with an S, and Jace kind of mentions like there has to be more and no, Rhaenyra. No, Jace says like we need more dragons. Rhaenyra's like, well, you have to be a Targaryen to ride the dragons anyway. We don't have enough. Like we just don't have enough Targaryen blood. And Jace was like, don't we have some ancestors? Like there has to be like an extended family. And Rhaenyra's like, yeah, but the blood will be thin. Would you have me put this guy on a dragon? He's like, what? He basically was like, well, do you want the throne or not? Like this might be the only way. This might be the tipping point to give you the throne.
Yeah, and so, which leads to, she sent out her maid after that conversation. So what if she knows of what we're talking about? Like of these bastard Targaryens in King's Landing that they're going to get or something.
That could be. I don't think that was the purpose of sending the maid. I think the purpose of the sending the maid was like to rile up Flea Bottom. But I do think we will see Hugh ride a dragon.
Dude, that would be so fire.
Yeah. Like that is absolutely, I think, why do we keep seeing Hugh? Why do we keep seeing Hugh? Like clearly this is the way. Clearly he's gonna be a Targaryen bastard. And it's Vermithor and the other one are two unclaimed dragons right now. So it's like he's gonna be riding one of those two at some point, I would assume.
Dude, if he becomes like a badass war hero, I'm just gonna be freaking pumped.
Yeah. So
love it.
And it's kind of like a rags to riches, literally, story we're going to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he's a poor family. He can barely get by. He's taken on Aegon's promises for wage right now. And his wife even makes the quote of like, with the promises of kings, you'll feed a mouthful of ghosts, you know? Like,
yeah.
Meaning like the money's never going to, like everyone's on fake money right now. Daemon is paying for the Harrenhal rebuild off his word, you know, like
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's so weird. And I don't know what's happening with the Brackens and the Blackwaters.
Dude, that part threw me off. I'm glad you said that because I didn't understand it. I didn't understand.
Like, am I crazy?
Yeah, so no, I'm saying like when they came back to the castle and were like talking to Daemon, they were like, well, the Blackwoods did whatever. But I just, that whole part confused me because they tried to like align, right? But then, and it seemed like they did. And then they were like at a Harrenhal talking to Daemon. They were like, something like the Blackwoods destroyed our town or something. I don't know. That part kind of confused me a little bit.
So I'm going to mix up the names, but I think they're trying to get the Blackwaters, right?
Bracken.
They're trying to get the Brackens. They have the Blackwaters.
Yeah, the Blackwood.
The Blackwood. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Blackwood, backwood. All right. So they're trying to get the Brackens. The one Blackwood is with them, and they're like, kneel before your king, and yada yada. And they're like, we'll take the flame. We get the funny quote of Daemon saying, like, I really didn't think they'd be that excited to die. You know? And he's basically like, I don't want to flame him because I need men. And he sicks this Blackwood guy on him. He was like, he kind of gives him permission to kind of like, you know, play dirty in a sense, like to play hardball. And that's kind of what we see with Blood and Cheese episode 1 or 2, episode 1.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it comes back to bite him again because the Brackens come and are like, listen, these guys are like taking our women and children. Like, why would we come and fight for you? And they basically storm out again and say no twice. They deny Daemon twice, and Daemon can't do anything about it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know, man. They better get their shit together, is all I have to say.
Yeah. I like the scene when Daemon's like on the fire with his hand, and then we see Rhaenyra right after too. Like some really good shots of cinema we're seeing right now.
Yeah, no, agree. There's some really good really good visuals. It's a really good show. I'm excited to see what happens next. I know we're just gonna get left off with a huge cliffhanger for season 2, though. Season 3.
Yeah,
because it's coming. It's coming to a close already. What we have that was episode what, 5?
Episode
We just
5. So we
watched
got, yeah, 3
3
more.
left. Yeah.
Yep.
So there's going to be a really big cliffhanger.
What do you think the cliffhanger is going to be if you had to put it on? I don't know if we did predictions. I feel like every episode we have predictions.
Jeez, I don't even know because I have no clue where the story is going. I think it's literally gonna. I think it's gonna end like with war start, like the legit big ass fighting war started.
Do you think
I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna end with. I mean, this is very vague, but I was gonna say either like a huge war about to pop off with dragon fire, and then it just cuts to end, or like someone really big dies. Obviously.
Yeah. Well, I think potentially I was gonna say it would be crazy if like at the end we see Vermithor get claimed.
Yes, that's fire.
But you mentioned that they might be in the pits next episode. So if they're in the pits, we might see the claim get happened. We might see Hugh get kind of aware that he's a Targaryen. That'd be cool. He might be like some long lost whatever prince. But I think what you're saying is true. I think we will see like the start of the war. But I think we are going to see, again, I haven't read the books, but I think we are going to see the last scene will be kind of like a, hey, we have maybe Green's on this side, but Daemon and Rhaenyra are going to be split, are going to be on opposing sides of some, you know what I mean? I don't know if they get back together. Daemon seems kind of too far gone right now. So I think we're going to see Daemon and Rhaenyra basically be like, there's only one throne and there can only be one of us in a sense. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
I think we could see that. I think it's going to be a 3-way war.
Dang. Dude, that would be crazy too. Shit, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
We're going to see. But brother, it's 9 o'clock here.
9 o'clock for the little dog.
I'm tired. I don't know about you.
I'm tired as well.
Yeah, no, but it's been a blast, guys. Thanks for hopping in line with us once again, and we'll be back next week covering all HOTD, new things going on in the world, whatever it may be. So we'll be back. Appreciate you always. Love you, Tiggy Nation, and we will catch you guys next week. Bye-bye.